Hello and welcome back to my Vampire Survivor series where normally I'm trying to unlock all the things. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different because I'm waiting for the new DLC to come out, which I believe is supposed to be April 13th. Could be wrong about that. But in the meantime, I thought that I would kind of just do like some random runs. I don't know, maybe some like challenge runs, kinda, sorta. I don't really know. But I was thinking about something that I could try, and I remembered that this character, Ambro Joe, starts with a lot of extra projectiles at level 1. And there is also an arcana that basically makes it so that you stay level 1 for ever because you just don't get XP. Because the XP gems, like, explode instead of giving you experience, something like that. I don't really know. But, anyways, I think that I'm gonna try the library. I'm gonna try the library for this run with Ambro Joe. It's, we're gonna try inverse mode just because. I mean, limit break doesn't really matter because I can't get XP, but it's fine. So we're gonna end up taking Gain Killer, halts XP gain. So we're gonna stay level 1. The reason why that's good is because this character. For a moment. Okay, there we go. Along with the other character that I forgot their name. I think it's Porta, right? Starts with a temporary extra area, or no, extra cooldown bonus, right? And then I think Marabio starts with an extra area bonus or something. So it's basically just like these characters kind of just like start really strong at level 1 because their weapons are normally not as good. And then, in theory, the bonus falls off as you start to gain levels and you start to get better weapons and stuff. However, if you halt your XP gain, then you'll stay level 1 and you'll keep these temporary bonuses. Now, what you're obviously seeing right now is something that's kind of nice about this is that the experience gems, instead of giving you experience, now do massive explosions, which are, a pretty decent amount of damage. So that's pretty much the main idea. I guess it probably makes more sense to actually like make a little bit of progress toward the left. That way I can pick up these items. I'm obviously not going to be able to level them up like the tome and the silver ring, but I can at least pick them up. That way they'll give me a little bit of a bonus. My thought process with this build is that I'm going to try to take the Arcana that also gives a bonus to my weapon for every empty weapon slot that I have. And so, hopefully, I'll end up having a crazy super-powered weapon along with exploding XP gems, and maybe that'll be enough to carry me through the run. What I will say is that if I do die, I'm not gonna do another run. Unless I die, like, right now. But even if I only survive, like, 10-15 minutes, I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I think that makes more sense. It's kind of just like a little fun challenge run. It's not really meant to be anything serious. So, meh. I'm just gonna try it out, see how it goes. I think it could be interesting. Originally, I was actually gonna just do a run that was like a one weapon run. But then I remembered this guy. Then I remembered that Arcana. I was like, you know what? This actually could be more interesting. I still might try a one weapon run with a different character that doesn't have the crazy bonuses. But I don't know. We'll see. I've got a couple runs cooking that I want to try out. Okay. I'm severely lacking enemies to blow up with my XP gems. Although, I guess what I will say, actually now that I think about it, is that the chests actually do contain items. And I think all the chests contain 3 things. So it is actually possible to level up your items and weapons. Now that I think about it, I did forget about that. So, you know, it's actually pretty good. If you are playing one of these characters, it's good to get it early on. It can also be good to get it later on, obviously. Like, if you aren't going for, like, limit breaks, then, once you max out your build, you can just turn all the XP gems into random garbage. And it's fairly strong. Oh, crap. We got this guy. But luckily, we've got a few XP gems. I don't actually know how much the XP gems do, like how much damage they do, or if they scale with our stats, but I mean, so far they've pretty much one-shot like every single enemy, so it's pretty good. I do want to make sure that the XP gems are actually targeting the next enemies, because if they just hit this Atlantean dude, that would be kind of bad for me. I probably should have gotten that Metagross left, by the way. So I'll probably go back for that eventually. There's Metagross left, Silver Ring, Tome, and then on the right side is only like the mask. So honestly, not the best stage items. It probably would have been better to pick a stage with like better stage items, but I didn't really want to play a stage that had like 20 good ones. Plus, I think that the Tome could actually end up being pretty good because it'll end up being like a 0 cooldown on our weapon. Now, I don't know how this weapon... Oh, shoot. Inside. I don't really know how this weapon works with like cooldown and amount. Ooh. Okay, now we gotta somehow make our way toward the right. Oh god, and there's a chest there that I kind of want. Yeah, I don't really know how this weapon works with like cooldown, because I know sometimes it can get wonky. Oh shoot, we killed the Atlantean. Okay. Like, if I still have projectiles shooting out from my first instance, if I decrease my cooldown, will it start a second instance? Because like, if I have like, minus 80% cooldown or something insane, then, I'm gonna end up shooting out like 30,000 projectiles per second or something. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe the Tome isn't even that good. In which case, my bad, I suppose. Okay, the Attract Orb will be interesting. Nice. Alright, I do need a little bit of food, so I don't, like, die. Oh shoot, wait, these guys are tanky. Hold up. Okay. They aren't just, like, dying instantly, so I'm kind of in trouble now. Oh, I died. Uh-oh. Okay, hold up. We're fine, we're fine. You know what? I don't even need to go to the right, because there's actually nothing good over there except for floor chicken. I'm gonna stay over here, and we're gonna try to make it happen. I'm dead. Okay. I did say that I wouldn't start another run, but you know what? I'm gonna start another run. And I'm gonna play Porta instead. And instead of going to the library, let's try something a little bit better. Maybe the dairy plant? Maybe the Mad Forest? Mad Forest has the spinach. Everything else is kind of bad though. But dairy plant doesn't have anything good either. Alright. Capella Magna I don't think will be good. Alright, you know what? We're gonna try one more run. So I pretty much just went back on my word from earlier. And we're gonna try this with Porta instead. Who apparently is doing 0 damage, which is fantastic. So we really just need to live until 11 minutes, because once I hit 11 minutes, my actual weapon will be like decently strong. Until then, we got nothing. In the meantime, let's go ahead and run over to the spinach. We can get a little bit of extra might. And if I die here, this will actually be my last attempt. You know, I might as well try it with both these guys. I could also try it with the other character. I think I said Marabio earlier, but I meant Excuse me. I think I meant Demario. Because I'm pretty sure Demario is the one that starts with the Santa Water? Or no, that's Cleric or whatever. I don't know. Whichever one starts with the friggin' Santa Water. That's the one that also gets the bonus. They have a temporary area bonus. So I could try a run with them. Maybe I will. If I die instantly again. Just see which, you know, who's better. But I think with that one, the cooldown would actually be really good to have. I might go back to the library. Although the only thing is that I wouldn't be able to evolve. You know what? That's actually interesting. Maybe I should have gone to a map that I could evolve my weapon in. Because I can't evolve this without a duplicator. So maybe going to like the Capella Magna actually would have been good, just so I can get the duplicator to evolve the lightning ring. I didn't really think about that. I probably should have. Probably would have been a smart thing to think about. But, you know. We live and we learn. Alright. Yeah, I guess just talking about Vampire Survivors. I don't really know much about the DLC, and I think I kind of like that. It'll definitely be nice to be playing the DLC kind of like as soon as it releases. It'll be a good little journey where people don't really know everything about it. I mean, I think I was talking about this in a previous episode where like I'm definitely going to be playing it slower because, you know, I'm still going to be doing my one run a day. And so, you know, it might take me a second, but meh. I'm sure it'll be fine. People will discover things before me. That's okay. I'll just have to figure out what's what. Now, after that, we'll see. Maybe I just won't play Vampire Survivors until the next DLC comes out. But it remains to be seen. Either way, I mean, I think once we get to like the green zombies, it might be a little scary because those guys are way tankier. I mean, those enemies in the library, I did not realize there were enemies that tanky that early on. Like, one of the reasons why I chose the library is because there's a lot of enemies, but they're like pretty squishy, I thought. Apparently that was not the case though. Those skeletons destroyed me. I sent like 5 gems at them and they didn't die. So it's pretty rough. But alas. We're doing something. Man, only 5 minutes is like, it's not a lot, huh? But it already feels like I'm starting to struggle. I really need to live until 11 minutes so that I can get that Arcana that benefits you based on how many weapons like open weapon slots you have. Oh shoot. Okay. It's these guys. And I'm dead. Okay. Okay. That went even worse, I think, than my previous run. But you know what? Here we go. Look at this. Starts with temporary area bonus. I think this is the only other character that has this. I'm like 99% sure. But look at the area. The area starts at plus 420%, which is pretty crazy. Now I am going to go to the dairy plant, because the dairy plant has the attract orb, which is what you use to evolve the Santa water. Okay, so I'm gonna go pick that up first, and then I guess I'll just pick up everything else. I mean, honestly, none of these other items are really that useful. Like, because I already have so much area, it isn't really that big of a deal to get the candelabra door. And then the wings aren't super useful because I'm mostly just going to be standing on top of my own Santa water. And like armor, I mean, armor could be interesting, I guess. The silver ring is actually going to be a pretty big deal because we can't get the spellbinder, the Santa water effect will deteriorate pretty rapidly, so getting just a little bit extra duration will be nice from the silver ring. But yeah, I definitely think we need to make a beeline for the items in order to stand a chance. But I mean, the Santa waters being this big is pretty cool. I'm interested, like, did they change the graphic for this? Or is it just like when the projectile gets bigger, the graphic for the Santa water changes? Because I thought it used to just be like a fire effect. Interesting. Maybe it's like an accessibility thing. I don't know. Either way, I like it. I think it looks cooler like this, with like the blue circle and the fire effect, as opposed to just being a fire effect. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know, dude. This, honestly, like, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Granted, I'm playing on inverse mode, right? Like, if I wasn't playing on inverse mode, this would probably be extremely easy. I wouldn't even need the XP gems to kill the enemies, right? Like, when I was playing Forta, the lightning would just one-shot half the enemies, probably. But because I'm playing on inverse mode, the enemies are decently tanky. But if I can get to that 11-minute mark, get my second Arcana, I think that I'll stand a chance. Which is scary, because if I start to stand a chance, then that means this video is going to be really long. But you know what, that's fine. I'm down to make a long video. I was saying that, you know, if I died at 10 minutes, I would just give up, but I always go back on my word. If you watch enough of my videos, I rarely say what it is that I'm actually going to do. Okay. Level up the Santa water. So we do need a couple more chests for that. I mean, honestly, it almost makes me wonder if I shouldn't pick up the attract orb. If I should just wait to get Santa water maxed out and then pick up the attract orb, but I don't know. Because, like, depending on how long it takes to get Santa water to max level, it might be hard to actually get it evolved. But we'll see. Dude, I will say these explosions are, like, really satisfying. This is the first time that I've ever taken this Arcana, just because it usually feels, like, pretty useless. Because I always go for limit breaks. And so I'm always trying to get more XP and more levels, but the effect is definitely powerful. Like, it's blowing up everything. Now, once the enemies in this stage start to get a little tankier, we'll see. But I don't know, maybe my weapon can actually, like, do something. Like, the Sand Water is one of the weapons that actually does really good DPS. And it has a massive AoE because of the extra starting area that I get. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'm a little bit scared to go get the silver ring because if the enemies start to get strong, I'll need to stand still on top of the Sand Water. And I obviously can't stand still on top of the Sand Water if I'm being chased by an Atlantean. But it'll probably be fine. Probably. I guess I didn't really think about it, but the Attract Orb is somewhat nice in that it's able to pick up the XP gems from further away. There's less risk involved. Oh my god, look at the green ones. I'm assuming the green gems do more damage than the blue gems. Right? Like, that makes sense to me. So, the fact that we're blowing up these enemies and they're dropping green gems is good. Yeah, this run's going way better than the previous ones. This might be a long video. I was not planning on this being long, but it might be long. That's okay. I think I am gonna just go run up here and try to get the silver ring, honestly. I think we can survive. I forgot that Clericy also has a higher starting health than a lot of the characters. Yeah, 200 is pretty good. And it starts with an extra like 0.5 recovery or something. So, yeah. It's not bad. I think really, I mean, the main reason why I don't like this character as much, or don't think that they're as strong, is just because their passive is only defensive. And I think that in order to do well at like the later stages, your passive probably just needs to be offensive. But I don't know. I mean, like at the same time, you know, you can play a character that basically has no passive and you'd probably be fine, right? Like Croaky. Croaky's passive relates to revives, and you can still have a really good run even if you don't use any revives at all. So, I don't know. Maybe I have a bad read. I mean, the Sand Water is a really good weapon, so I don't mind the character's starting weapon. Seven minutes. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, there's another chest on the left. I think I'm gonna pick that up before I get the silver ring. I should actually try to evolve Labor before getting the silver ring as well. Okay. I don't know if one more chest will be enough to evolve. Because I don't know if they have it where, like, you can level up the weapon and then evolve it in the same chest. If that is possible, that would be nice. But I don't know if it's possible. But wait. Oh, it is maxed out. Okay, never mind. For some reason I didn't think it would be max level. Okay. In that case, let's go get the silver ring. I think I'm just bad at math. I think I was thinking that it needed 8 level ups, when it only needs 7 level ups, because it starts at level 1. Alright. Oh, hold up. Okay, these guys seem scary. They're a little bit tanky, actually. I might need to hold off on getting the silver ring for a little bit. I might just stand on top of my Sand Waters. Look at all these guys. What's the dude's name from Undertale? It's like Samson or something. You guys know. Y'all know. Not Sans. Papyrus. This guy reminds me of Papyrus, these enemies. That actually reminds me, I remember that, like, the Vampire Survivors, the original assets for the game were taken from, some free asset pack. I wonder if they make their own assets now for, like, the DLCs. I would assume that they do have their own assets. It's like they probably have some kind of artist on the team. Maybe not, but I would assume that they do. Otherwise, I guess they're still using free assets. Alright. Labora. Oh my god. Look at how big the area is. Alright, that's pretty crazy. Now, the duration isn't really large enough for the Laboras to, like, super pop off, but it's definitely not bad. I do have a feeling that I might end up getting wrecked later on when the enemies start to be a lot tankier. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe the Silver Ring plus the Arcana will be just enough to buff up my damage. I see there's a chest in the bottom left, but I want to wait to get the Silver Ring first so I can actually start leveling it up. And then, I mean, kind of like I was saying earlier, beyond the Silver Ring, none of these are going to be that useful. Like, Candelabrador will be such a small buff to our area, relatively speaking, that it almost doesn't even feel like it's worth taking. Okay, what? Okay. What just happened? Okay, well, I just took a bunch of damage because I accidentally right-clicked outside of my screen, and so my character started running up for no reason. That's gonna be pretty bad for the survival of our run, but yeah, you know, we'll work through it. Luckily, Clericy starts with an extra 0.5 regeneration per second, so you know we're getting there. And we also made it to 11 minutes, so wherever that Arcana bat is at, here we go, up here on the left somewhere. Let's make a run for it. Alright, so I need the one that is good with only... Oh, it's right here. Extra might and minus cooldown for each active weapon slot left empty. So now our cooldown's at 45 and our might's at 135. Okay, this is really good, actually. This is crazy good. This is insane. But imagine if we have the tome as well. That's why I wanted to go to the library and get the tome, because I don't know, there's something so satisfying about getting like 90% cooldown. It's just, it feels too good. Whoa, I forgot that guy can walk through walls. Nah, but like, look at how many Laboras we've got. And they're so big. This might be the most area that I've ever gotten in a run. Like, even when I was playing Conchetta, wow. This run might be over. Even whenever I played Conchetta, I didn't have this much area, because she was only getting 1% per level, right? And like, I don't think I hit level 400 in that run. There's another chest on the right here. Oh, what's up with all these gems? Oh, it's all the enemies like dying instantly as soon as they touch the Labora, or what? What the heck is going on? Okay. We got a chest here. Huge. 3 silver rings. Each one of those is an extra 5% duration and 5% area, which area isn't a big deal, but the duration is kind of a big deal, I think. Because, oh my god, why are there so many enemies? My game is lagging because of how many enemies there are right now, dude. What is happening? I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the Labora damage gets higher the longer that it lasts on screen. Is that reasonable? Or is it just the area increases the more that it is on the screen? That actually might be more accurate. Either way, extra duration is still really good because it just means that it is on screen for longer, so it's more likely that the Laboras will stack and it'll get larger. Meh. Whatever. Alrighty. 3 more silver rings. And now I'm gonna go run for the Candelabrador. And I'm starting to think that this run could be donezo. Like, even when the enemies start to get tanky, if I just do, like, kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I stand on top of all my Laboras, I feel like it might just be strong enough to kill everything. We'll see at 28 minutes. 28 minutes will be the big test, obviously, because that'll be when the tanky golems spawn on this map, and those guys can be scary. And, like, at that point, I don't think the gems are really going to be doing much damage for me. And maybe they will. Like I said, I don't know how the damage of the gems scales, so if the damage scales with, like, how much might I have, then maybe it could end up being good. Granted, I don't have a ton of might. Like, I only have the amount that I have base and then from the Arcana, but still. Could end up being useful, I suppose. I really don't know. Oh shoot, actually, maybe wings will be good, because I forgot there's a 1 Arcana that reduces the cooldown of Labora whenever you're moving. So that could be good. I don't know if that's actually based on move speed, or if it's just based on, like, you physically moving. But that Arcana could end up being good to take, because it actually buffs the Labora damage. Well, it buffs the DPS, is a better way of phrasing it. So I might go for that. How far away is the move? Whoa. Why am I so far out? Is the silver ring that far away? Okay. Well, I think I'll go for the move speed, the wings, and then I'll go for Candelabrador. Yeah, I'm kind of... My progress is starting to slow. I think the XP gems are starting to do less and less damage. And now I'm more and more reliant on my actual weapon damage. Which is fine. Because we are hurting. Hurting them. Player key's not hurting. And even if he was, she could just heal. Yeah, extra recovery. Oop. I accidentally did it again where I right click. Yeah, this is actually, it's kind of interesting. This is something that I did a lot as a kid where, like, I would just, like, randomly right click. I don't know. It's just like, I just can't help myself. Like, I gotta click, I gotta be clicking. It just feels good to click the mouse. A little bit of haptic feedback. My game is lagging hardcore, by the way. It's really lagging. I think it's all the effects on screen. Well, the video's gonna be even longer than I thought it would. Because not only am I gonna potentially do a full run, but the game is also running slower than normal. That's fantastic. I don't even recognize these enemies. They're like purple knights or something? I mean, I know it's been a while since I've played this stage, but I do not remember these enemies being on this stage. I remember the Minotaurs, the Golems, and the... I think these are lizard people and the fish people, right? I think they're both. That stage. And of course, the Milk Elementals. I would never pick up the Milk Elementals that I spent like 7 runs killing. I don't remember what character you unlocked. Oh, it was the ghost guy, right? What was his starting weapon? I don't remember. It was some garbage, probably. Probably? I don't remember. It's not the Celestial Dusting, and it's not the Cherry Bomb, it's not the Bone, it's not the Drills. Oh, it's the Minecart, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm not going to pick up that chest just yet, because it's only going to contain money. I'd rather pick it up later. I can actually level up with it. Or, I guess I won't level up. I could level up my items with it. Alright. I mean, this is the problem with the Labora, is that because it comes to you, it's harder to hit enemies and like move away. Because, you know, it circles on you, so you know, our progress is slowing down slightly. That's alright. We've got time. We've certainly got time. I don't know. I mean, honestly, we might not make it to the Candelabrador because of how slow this is, but we'll see. I believe. Ooh. I forgot about these guys. Ooh, they're kind of tanky. They're a little bit scary. Yeah, I mean, we are still killing them. Like, whenever you're getting hit by the same weapon 15 times, you know, I'm sure it hurts. By the way, just wanted to vent about something. I went to McDonald's yesterday, right? As I often do. And I went on the app to order mobile, because they have all the discounts coupons. And they changed the coupon that I normally use from a buy one get one to a buy one get one for 30 cents. How messed up is that, right? Now somebody said that they personalize the coupons on those apps based on like the ones that you use, I guess. And so, or like, and like what you usually order. So I'm wondering if they increase the price because they know that I use that coupon that much. So they're like trying to figure out how much I'm willing to spend on it. I don't know, man. These McDonald's people, they're messed up. Also, I'm low-key, like, I don't think I'm going to survive the end of this run. Just based on how much damage these guys are taking, and how long they're taking to kill. I am certainly worried that the large golems that spawn at 28 minutes will not die before doing a lot of damage to me. But who knows? Maybe that Arcana will be what I need to take him down. Okay, now there's these guys. Well, these guys are fine. They're squish central. They don't even take any damage. Or, yeah, they don't take damage. That's not the right phrase. But I can't think of a better way to say it. They don't have health? I don't know. They are quite vulnerable to damage. Susceptible to death and exploding gems. Alright, we've almost made it to the wings. Also, it looks like the Arcana should have spawned. But I don't know. Oh god, wait, we're right back near the merchant. This game's crazy. I don't know where the Arcana guy is at right now. Oh, they're up there. What the heck? Where were they? They died up here somewhere. That guy also died instantly. I just blew up. I blew up the golem plus in milliseconds. Alright, well maybe we will be able to survive later. That guy did not have a good time. Sorry, man. There's so many chests on the field, but can't go pick them up, really. Because I don't have anything to level up. If I had these other items, These chests would be so much easier, but alas. That reroll. Yeah, but I think Tragic Princess might just be what I want. I mean, I could take the beginning. Honestly, the beginning wouldn't be the worst. I wish I knew how much this cooldown got reduced by. I kind of want to look it up, but I also don't really feel like it. Maybe I'll just take the beginning instead. Extra 3 projectiles is pretty good. Alright, in that case, let's not go to the wings and let's go to the camp door. Oh my god. Terrible. I'm gonna look up after this game how much cooldown you get from Tragic Princess, because it might have been better depending on what the cooldown reduction was. But honestly, like, beginning is never really bad, is it? Alright. All the Minotaurs. I am curious to see what the DPS of our Arcana is after this game. The Exploding Gems one. I forget what it's called. Because I'm sure it's pretty high up there. Like, at this point, I think Labora probably has done more damage. Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Like, how much of it is Labora and how much of it is the gems. It probably is Labora by more. Because it's hitting the enemies that are running into us from behind. Like, the enemies that we can't even see off screen are getting killed by Labora. Right? Just because it sticks around. Look at the background, by the way. It's only blue. It's like, I could probably use this as a green screen. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the candelabra door. Won't lie. But if we do, and we get the chance to level it up, it'll be like a 5% DPS increase. Not even. Alright. Well, I will say, I expected these runs to be a lot easier before I started them. And then after I started them, I expected this run to be a lot harder, but I don't know, maybe this character is just broken. Or maybe Santa Water's just broken. It's probably more likely. I remember before it got an evolution, like into Labora, the Santa Water was one of those weapons that was pretty hit or miss because it had a lot of potential to do a lot of damage, but also had a lot of potential to do a lot of nothing because, you know, wherever you couldn't control it. So wherever it landed, that's just where it hit. And if it wasn't in a place that the enemy was, then obviously you weren't going to be doing much damage with it. But, you know, with Labora, obviously it follows you, so it's always going to be hitting enemies near you. It gets bigger in size. You know, it's pretty crazy. Now that being said, I am once again in doubt that we will be able to survive the 28-minute rush, since we're struggling to kill these guys. And these aren't even red gem enemies. Only one way to find out, though. I always forget what these enemies are called. They remind me of, like, some enemies from Dragon's Dogma. But those guys were, I think they were... There was Basilisk, maybe, and then, like, Chimera. And the Basilisk was, like, a flying chicken. It might have been this. Maybe these are the Basilisks that I remember from that game. I don't think these guys are called Basilisks, though. Maybe it's a cockatrice or something? Is that just a bird? Like, thought it was, maybe it was a mythical creature. I didn't know. Isn't there some kind of mythical creature called that? Maybe? Maybe not. Alright, come on, let's get the Candelabrador. Even if I can't win this run, let's at least get the Candelabrador. I've made my way all the way down here. Give me something. I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm not making any progress at all. Maybe I should have taken the other Arcana. The extra cooldown. Alright, well. 28 minutes. Whoa, what the? Wait, all the enemies are dead. Huh? Wait, what? All the enemies are instantly dead. Is it because they're red gems? Is the red gem damage just that insane? And that much better than everything else? Huh. Okay. Well then. I guess the red gem damage is just that crazy. Dang. Was not expecting that, that's for sure. But I'll take it. And that's a maxed out Candelabrador. Sweet. Alright, well this is pretty much the strongest that our build was ever gonna get. So... yeah, bro. The red gems are just that crazy, I guess. Killing everything. You know, we actually could get a candy box from one of these chests, which would be kind of fun. Wouldn't really be able to do anything with it. Also, it wouldn't be that good because we have the one Arcana. Well, actually, I mean, I don't know. The one that, like, increases your cooldown and damage based on the number of missing weapon slots you have, even if you have 2 weapons, it's still a pretty crazy increase, right? It's like 32% cooldown and then, like, 80% might. That's so good. Right, like with 2 weapons, both of them are getting the buff now instead of just the one. I don't know. Anyways. Alright. Well, not too bad, huh? I was scared for nothing. These red gems, they're too good. We didn't even use a revive there. Yep, game killer. Easily the most DPS, especially at the end. It probably got a lot of DPS at the end there, would be my guess. Alright, well cool. That'll be it from me for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you next time where I'm going to try to do another little fun run for fun. Hope to see you there. I'm out of here. Peace.